And now we will do the kidneys, bladder, blood and adrenals. Bringing your awareness to your breath and your body and your heart, if you haven't already. The card given for the Sun in Libra transit, which kind of varies, it's around the 22nd, 23rd of September, was 13, the Queen of Water. The first bit of information that we're just going to read is from the universalsky.com. Astrological zodiac signs, keywords and rulership for the sign of Libra, the scales. Libra rulership, symbol the scales, element air, quality cardinal, principle active masculine, planetary ruler Venus. Anatomy, kidneys, lower back, adrenal glands. Key phrase, I balance. Key word, harmony. A glyph is like the Om sign, so it's a circle, but the bottom part of the circle is open a little bit, and then there's a little line that goes out either side, and then there's a line underneath. So it's like an equal sign, but the middle part of the top of the equal sign is hollow. There's a hole in it, and that's where the circle joins into. The scales, or the setting sun, is the glyph, its name. Natural sign of the 7th house. Colours, green, bright yellow and white. Plants, watercress, strawberry. Vines, pansy, violets, lemon thyme, white rose, primrose. Stones and gems, opal, diamond, white marble, white quartz, carnelian, chrysolite, white jade. Tarot card, justice. Positive key words, persuasive, sociable, judicial, diplomatic, active intelligence, refined, suave. Jupiter time, expansion of our knowledge. Suave, idealistic, peace-loving, cooperative, artistic. Negative key words, indecisive, lazy, apathetic, loves intrigue, fickle, insincere, self-indulgent, peace at any price, easily deterred. And the next bit of information is read from starslikeyou.com.au. Your sun sign describes the centre of your personality. What motivates and drives you? and who you are learning to become. The Sun in Libra. The Sun in astrology symbolises the core essence of who you are, your individuality and sense of self. Your sun sign is of major importance. The Sun in Libra describes what is likely to motivate you and why. So these are the energies we're working with. It describes it kind of as the person, but it's these overall energies that's working as the collective kind of identity of collective consciousness. That's my interpretation, because it's about the energies, not just the individual, and we all have these energies and the potential of these energies to flow through us, etc. Libra, cardinal air, ruler Venus. Keywords: diplomacy, balance, justice, partnership. So all these words are the vibrations and the energies that we're working in the Libra season while the Sun's in Libra. So you've got the moon season, which is the time, which is every like 2 to 3 days. The sun season, which is a month. And then you've got the actual season, which is about 3 months. And then you've got the year season. Functional expression: impartial, balanced, gracious, refined, artistic, relationship oriented, charming. Dysfunctional expression: indecisive, insecure, pleasure-seeking, people-pleasing, passive-aggressive. Seeking balance. Born, so not going to say that because that's born. So seeking balance. With the Sun in Libra, the energies are likely to find themselves motivated by a need to take action around principles of fairness, justice and equality. Libra is symbolised by the scales. Matters of law, peace and social interaction are governed by this sign. As a cardinal air sign, Libra is concerned with the need to act. They will achieve this in ways that are other-oriented, using interpersonal connections as a trigger to drive them forward. Librans tend to seek harmony in their dealings with others and will strive on most counts to be balanced, objective and fair. The energies with the Sun in Libra most strongest tend to concentrate on social interactions and whether what is being communicated is objective, balanced and fair. This is therefore a highly sociable sign, and the dynamics of one-to-one interaction are important. Libran energy is usually very aware of how others are reacting to it. They will strive to maintain good relations whilst also taking action to get intended outcomes. For such reasons, the sphere of relationship fall under the domain of this sign. With the energies of Libra, Sun in Libra, it is a relationship lifetime. The need to understand and balance interpersonal dynamics is paramount. Many Librans are motivated by the need to experience partnership as they themselves more clearly through the mirror of the other, as they see themselves more clearly through the mirror of the other. Whilst this gives Librans the ability to become relationship specialists, it also means that the intricacies of relationship can consume Libran lives. The search for the right partner must always begin and end with the relationship one has with oneself. Developing a cohesive sense of self through the reflections they gain from others can be problematic. At times, Librans focus too much on what they think the other person expects, and so fail to recognise what their own requirements are. They may lose sight of what they want because they are busy trying to manage the other's point of view. Self and other. The Sun represents the principle of individuality. Here, in the sign of Libra, the solar principle is said to be in its fall. There is something inherently paradoxical about finding one's individual self through the agency of another, and yet this is the archetypal journey that Libra represents. Those with the Sun in Libra can make masterful diplomats and offer wise counsel. When the relationship emphasis works well, it gives great ability to see things from others' point of view. At a more dysfunctional level, however, it can create individuals with no real ability to know who they are or get what they need, sometimes. Those born with the Sun in Libra struggle to see themselves clearly, or even believe that they exist without someone else telling them that this is so. Codependent relationships tend to manifest repeatedly when a sense of individuality is compromised. As an air sign, the ability to take a cool, objective stance on a given situation will often predominate. Librans can be relied upon to bring an impartial point of view to any decision-making process. They strive to weigh things up and consider every potential outcome before a conclusion is made. With the Sun in Libra, they can see all perspectives involved in a dispute or resolution process, and have an innate ability to identify the best course of action to meet the greatest need. Librans are guided by reason and logic, so they can identify the outcome that is fairest for everyone involved. Logical discrimination and the willingness to be fair are sometimes of their best attributes. Unable to decide. But this tendency to see at least two sides in every story can also be their downfall. At the heart of their ability to look at things from different perspectives is also the famed Libran propensity for indecisiveness in weighing up all possible outcomes. Libran energy can become perplexed and ultimately overwhelmed. By trying to be fair to everybody, they can end up becoming ineffective. At an everyday level, this can manifest as the inability to choose. Consider choosing a dish at a restaurant. Too much time weighing the pros and cons of each option can mean that the desire for food diminishes to the point that it disappears. Trying to think of what the dining partner will want prevents them from making up their own mind. I'm just going to let in my beautiful cat. Hey darling, come on. How are you doing? Is it fun out there? Hey? Yet deliberation is essential to the Libran process. After having coolly assessed each potential outcome, Libran energy needs to state what it prefers with certainty and conviction. Whilst this can be frustrating for those waiting in the wings, it is also a vital part of their process and necessary for their desire to be fair. Librans need to incorporate the ability to consider the options with the strength to state what they want. Deliberating for too long often leads to missing out on the opportunities that each moment affords. When it comes to more complex matters, this indecisiveness can become a serious liability. It is important for Librans' energy to be aware of the inner motivation that lies at its source. Libran energy is driven by both social and conceptual considerations. It wants to be fair and objective, but it also wants to be liked. Sometimes this combination is difficult to handle. At times, those with Sun in Libra can be more concerned with avoiding conflict or upsetting others than they are with taking action on what they know to be fair. Sometimes the risk of others' disapproval is more than they can bear, and they will avoid being decisive in order to be liked, instead of saying what they really want or need. They may insist they do not mind, are happy to go either way, and so will not speak up for themselves even though deep down they know that this is wrong. Deb Holding. The Librans that live up to the nobler qualities of their sun signs have learned to exercise true judgment and discretion. First they analyse, and then they integrate into a solution and resolve, holding firm to their principles unless new knowledge comes to light that calls for a re-evaluation. But this, of course, requires a form of extremism in itself, and so the Libran energy must turn itself inside out, and in the process of maturing, it comes to understand that the only true state of non-conflict is inertia. Even in the quest for peace and harmony, one must be prepared to take a stand and hold to it regardless of the discomfort this causes to others, and thus oneself. And that was Deb Holding. Sitting on the fence. Libran energy can tend to act as if they are unaware of what is going on around them, rather than admitting to having a preference that someone else might not like. This can lead to deep internal conflict as they attempt to people please. Whilst wrestling with an inner urge to move towards a middle ground, this indecisiveness goes against the grain of their inherently cardinal nature. With the Sun in Libra, it is here to interact with others and to learn how to do so decisively. Yet it tends to experience significant anxiety around whether others like or approve of them. This anxiety can dissipate their capacity to take action and lead them to sit on the fence. They then find themselves at a state of impasse, which is precisely what they should avoid. By failing to choose, they inadvertently create stagnation in their lives. This complicates relationships and makes decision-making more challenging. Because Libra energy is energy motivated to act, in some ways or another others will expect this of Libran energy. Yet whilst it wrestles with the implications of a possible course of action, others may have already made their minds up and moved on. Friends and lovers are left wondering why the Libran energy finds it so hard to say what it really means. Or instead of stating openly what it actually thinks, Libran energy will attempt and create an outcome without explicitly stating what it has in its mind. Its intention. This can lead to suspicious or duplicity or manipulation, which is in fact the opposite of what the Libran is trying to achieve. By attempting to make things happen whilst at the same time concealing what its true energy motivates it, Librans run the risk of attracting others' disapproval. They can be very good at managing people, but will do so in ways that keeps others on side. They have the ability to direct with grace and eloquence. Yet when they avoid decisions to attempt to always be nice, they undermine their self-confidence as well as their ability to make much-needed social inroads. Aesthetic sensibilities. Another important aspect of Libran energy is the urge for balance, operates on creative and aesthetic levels. Librans tend to strive towards harmony, proportion and balance. They often have an innate sense of style and will be very conscious of what goes with what. This energy is connected to all forms of design. Librans can combine solid intellectual processes with a fine sense of aesthetics to achieve highly successful results. Thus, many talented designers, artists and decorators fall under the influence of this sign, especially where the focus is on creating beauty through the solution of complex practical problems. So yeah, that makes sense to us. Our brother's a Libran, Sun in Libra, and he's a chartered civil engineer. My Libran is my Pluto. Pluto planet is the Pluto of planet of creation and destruction, and it's in house 3, and house 3 is communications, siblings. So yeah, the irony there of the brothers being a sibling as well. So it's making sense to us. Even those Libran energies who do not express themselves in everyone has the potential to access Libran energy. It doesn't matter if it's in your chart or not. If your house in your chart where Libra is empty, it just means you don't need as much focus there. But every time a planet transits through that house is when those energies will be emphasized towards you. If you have a planet in that house or a multitude of planets, then those planets and the energies around that planet integrate or combine like a cocktail with the house's energy that Libra's in. Even those Librans who do not express themselves in a creative sense can benefit from this sense of harmony and proportion to their lives. By embracing cultural and aesthetic experiences that speak to their sense of beauty, they enjoy mental stimulation and internal calm. Librans tend to prefer cultured and civilized environments. They often find coarse environments hard to be around. Their innate sense of beauty, as well as their love of grace, means that this energy is inclined to seek the refined in the everyday. By surrounding itself with beauty, it creates harmonious situations and experiences peace in its day-to-day lives. Sun in Libra, the Libran solar journey. When the Sun is found in Libra, a special balancing act needs to occur. At a psychological level, the solar principle symbolically relates to the individual self. It represents the unique and growth-oriented aspects of who we are. When found in the sign of Libra, this individuality must be experienced through the mirror of the other. Thus, partnerships, relationships, and decision-making processes tend to be the circumstances in which many life lessons are learned. We are often gifted with a clear head for analysis and a good deal of social charm that can make us both popular and well respected. By using these gifts to make decisions, we experience the inner satisfaction of having held firm to whatever principle is at stake, at the same time as making a social contribution that is beneficial to all concerned. At its heart, Libran energy journey involves mastery of relationship. To accomplish this, one must first recognise they are what they stand for. Once this is achieved, they have the ability to create win-win situations based on a mutual harmony and gain. Thank you, starslikeYou.com.au. So now for the surface, top of the pack, seen, aware, and we have 3 of these, and we have 3 for the bottom. So I'm just going to, so the very top one we'll do last. So the third down top one of the spectrum of energies of the surface. Aware, seen. Reason for the reading is the 10 of Earth. Keywords: synthesis, harmony, highest ideals, reward, inner peace, authenticity, grace, look within. So after what we've just read, this is very fitting. Key phrases: a time of reward, everything is coming together, move through life with surety, understand your place and purpose. Do not be daunted by change, strength gained from experience. Why do you feel a lack, dissatisfaction and discomfort? And then the next one was the 11 of air. So the Knight of air, the page, the page of air as the swords. So it would be the page of swords in traditional tarot pack. Body, mind. Keywords: imagination, reality, fact, opinion. Body, mind, open mind, narrow mind. Key phrases: be open-minded and questioning. You are only limited by your mind. Be discerning. How is your mind affecting your body? How is your body affecting your mind? Facts are certainties. Opinions are not facts. We can only change ourselves. And then the very top one is perception. One of the major arcanas, number 21, which we love because in the Aquarius reading we did the Fibonacci set, and that had the 21/34 is 5, the golden ratio. Keywords: perception, understanding, worldview, opinion of self, clarity, objectivity. Key phrases: perception shapes your worldview. Understand what your senses tell you. And that's very fitting because we had the body and mind one earlier, and you need your body to feel the senses. Those are your senses. So when you're using your 5 physical senses, they're coming through the body, and then it gets processed in the mind. And then you've got your 6th energetic multi-sense, which is all of them on an subtle energetic level and more. I think there's 8 altogether. They're like your clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairalliance, which is clear smelling, all those different ones. Knowledge and understanding are limited. Changed perception cannot be unchanged. Is your perception clouded? Take the high ground. Seek a new perspective. Challenge your perception. Who influences your perception? Do you have all the facts? Represent yourself honestly. Watch for false perception. And then we'll go to the bottom of the pack. The bottom of the pack is the unseen, the unaware, the underlying reason for the reading. And we'll do the same by starting, because it's 3 for this one as well. So this is the third from the bottom, not the very bottom. And we've had this one before. So hopefully we'll put the link down if we remember. If not, if you want to see the full reading of these energies, then it's in one of the moon in transits readings. 12 of Earth, the Knight of Earth, the Seneschal. Keywords: servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organised, trustworthy, loyal. Key phrases: service to a higher purpose, loyalty to authority, speak for others, is your power real or borrowed, follow the rules or directions given, use personal power wisely, question everything, blind loyalty makes one blind. So there you've got justice with one of the key words, and you've got service to a higher purpose for the key phrase. So that's a beautiful combination of Libra and Aquarius energies, because the moon's in Aquarius today, which is the humanitarian energies, and justice with the Libra and the Sun and Libran energies. So that's very fitting. And then the next one is a major arcana, and it's number 13, Union. Union. So Aquarius is air and Libra is air. So there's a lot of air in the mind. So that's why it's very important to do a lot of stuff that brings you into your body and out of your mind when the energies are strong like this. And when I look at that one, you've got the union, the marriage between the masculine and the feminine, harmony between the masculine and the feminine energies, the left and right vagus nerve, your inner and outer world, your outer and inner worlds. Keywords: wholeness, marriage. There we go, I've not seen this before. That makes me smile. Unity, connection, integration, harmony, alignment, peace. Key phrases: unity and wholeness. Harmony arises when we are in alignment. We have unlimited potential. A path that marries science and spirituality. Duality creates separation. The marriage of body, mind and soul. All is connected. Complete self-acceptance. Do not dominate or be submissive. At the centre is the void. You are a temple. Worship within. Fear and need, cornerstones of dependency. So that was beautiful and very fitting. And then the very bottom one, which goes on beautifully from this. Oh, it's actually 12. It's the one just before it. Is love. Number 12. So once we gain complete unconditional self-love, self-respect, self-acceptance, self-trust, allowing our body to lead, our intuitive senses to lead, and catch our mind up and intellect afterwards, the more we gain stillness and calmness from within, no matter what chaotic environment that is without we are in. The card that strengthens before union, so it strengthens union. 12 comes before 13. And as we were saying, I think it was in a previous reading in the Aquarius one, 12 is complex stability, and we perceive 12 as masculine energies, complex stability. And 13, there's 13 moon cycles in a year, and that's your feminine complex stability energies. So it's about a rise of the feminine consciousness within every human being and in the planet. So feminine consciousness on a symbology level would be curvy lines, circular system thinking. Masculine energies is linear lines, linear system thinking. There's a start, a beginning and end. 12. Love. Keywords: love, infatuation, love for self, confidence, love for life, expansion. Key phrases: experience love in all its forms. Love is multifaceted. Your love will shape you or break you. A past love re-enters your life. A love that deserves a second chance. Is it love or infatuation? How do you feel about yourself? Honour your body as a temple. Stop making comparisons. Make time to love and nurture yourself. Love and enjoy your uniqueness. Do what makes your heart sing. Open your heart to new loves. Beautiful. You've got the eye of the other card, Queen, which is also 13 there. Queen of Water. Water's cups. Queens are expression in action, expression of your emotions and feelings and actions, which we need to know ourselves, to unconditionally love ourselves, so that we can express our feelings and our emotions with clarity of communication. Perfect cards for Libra energy, the Sun and Libra energies, because the Sun is the external expression, the Moon is the internal, the receptive, the Yin. The Moon is the internal receptive, the Yin, the feminine. The Yang is the active, the light, the male, masculine. So now we'll bring this forward as well, so you can see this one closer. The Queen of Water. Key words: loving, compassionate, empathetic, sensitive, vulnerable, romantic, intuitive, emotional honesty. Key phrases: trust in your feelings and senses. Look beyond the surface. A bright and positive outcome. To show vulnerability is to show strength. Are you overextending emotionally? Be the embodiment of love. Withdrawing love as punishment. Use your common sense. Potential blockage. When the Queen of Water appears in blocked energy, she cautions you against using the love you have for others as a weapon. Resist the temptation to withdraw a love in order to punish or control. Do not allow your hurt to make you hard or so jaded that you withdraw behind an impenetrable shell. Let your vulnerability show by remaining open to discussion. Be honest and express your feelings, even if doing so means the possibility of losing someone you love. The Queen of Water reversed also cautions against following your heart blindly. Common sense and careful thought are required in any decision that needs to be made, especially one that may be emotionally difficult. Trust in your feelings, yes, but also be sensible and let heart and head have equal say. Meaning. The Queen of Water symbolises a gentle, empathetic soul who possesses a keen sense of intuition. She is loving, compassionate and always kind. She knows when something is wrong, when a friend is hurting and in need of comfort or counsel. She is naturally in tune with her emotions and the emotions of those around her. It is this natural connection and gentleness that draws people to her. She is empathic and would never consider being deliberately cruel or unkind. She is generous and giving of herself to a fault. Only by having and maintaining healthy boundaries does this watery queen protect herself from becoming drained. Her ability to intuitively see and know is her greatest strength. She looks beyond the surface to what lies within the subconscious, seeing the emotions of old that influence the present. She can sense the mood of a moment or the undercurrents that flow through a room full of people. And because she can read others' emotions with ease, she can often distinguish truth from falsehood. This knowledge empowers. With it, the ever-romantic Queen of Water can often offer the perfect solution, particularly in matters of the heart. She believes in the power of love, but is also wise and knows that relationships need to be nurtured and maintained. That emotional honesty is key, as is a willingness to share our feelings. When we share our true feelings, we make ourselves vulnerable, but to be willing to do so shows both courage and strength. Is this queen a part of your nature? Is there someone in your life who needs or would benefit from your help and loving support? Or is it you who needs to seek out a like energy in your life for healing or guidance? When the Queen of Water appears with her energies in the cards, it signifies a very affirming and positive energy, for she is the epitome of love and in all of its forms. Take heart and know that bright days are ahead. Amen. Nema. Nema to that. Amen backwards. Nema. Nema to that. Namaste. Embrace this next month of Libran, Sun and Libran energies. Our voice is the best sound healing tool there is for clearing our physical body and energetic body, emotional body, of congestion from the tubes as we live in a tubular body. Namaste. Zanoni Snowflake. Have a fab month.